I'm doing a 30-minute session for a client, so I'm going to be sharing psychic wisdom and energy healing. If any of you are interested in exploring a session with me, please come visit me at my website at abbynormalswisdomquest.com. So this is a follow-up session. I'll put links in the description to previous sessions I've done with this client. I'm going to go ahead and read the goals and get started here. Okay. Hey, Abby. Just touching base. My throat is feeling great, especially after that last Archon session. Can we focus on the throat again in the next session? I feel there is more work to do here. Thanks. All right. Throat. Can't wait to see what comes up on this. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for exploring this session. Thank you so much for sharing as well. All right, here we go. What comes to me is unresolved anger, okay? That's just the first thing. All right. The next thing is heart energy is jumping into the throat. You have unresolved throat and heart relationship going on here. Heart, throat, throat, heart, heart, throat, throat, heart. Okay. It's funny because they ask the question, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? And then they say, what comes first, the heart or the throat or the heart? And I hear things like cutthroat, and it's interconnected with heart. I'm trying to figure out how in the world you're going to really work through this completely, because this could take time and just new experiences and developing yourself. But let's continue to go through this, because I will say this jam between your throat and your heart and your throat, what comes first, the chicken or the egg? It's almost like you are attached to the pain. So is it really your heart? Is it really your throat? Or is it your attachment to the pain? And it's all jumbled up together, which makes this quite deep and complex, which makes it really exciting. All right. I love these challenges. Okay, I'm being introduced to something new, and I'm not sure what it is yet. Okay, it's a male energy. He's really, I want to say that his energy is neutral or basic, so it's very easy to take in. It's very simple. He's periwinkle. That's the color that he is. The color he is periwinkle. It gives me the smell of dryer sheets and warm, freshly folded clothes. And they're all white, like white, clean t-shirts. Warm out of the dryer, smells like dryer sheets, freshly folded clothes. And there's a comfort to this. There's also a sadness that I'm starting to experience, and I don't feel like it's coming from this male energy. I'm going to call him periwinkle, okay? Is he a part of yourself? Is he a guide? Because what he's expressing, your energy field feels emotional about it. And I feel that what he represents is nurture for you. You being nurtured, you being tended to or taken care of. Imagine if you are going through a chunk of hardship and someone appears in your life that does your laundry and cooks you some breakfast and lunch and dinner and asks you to just rest for like 3 months. It would make you feel emotional and confused, because who just does that? Who just comes out of nowhere and it just tends to you as you're going through difficult human experiences and the emotions. You need to be mended. You need to be tended to. And Periwinkle is tending to you silently in the neutrality. But I will say this neutrality isn't completely in the center, because there is the element of something warmer, softer, nurturing. So it does lean towards that side of the spectrum of generosity and love and healing for you, right? So if it's neutral, it could be so completely matter of fact that it's not one way or the other way. It's not completely neutral, but he has that matte finish where it's very basic, very simple, very easy to take in. You are resisting this nurture. You are having lots of conversations that are going beneath the surface of your conscious mind. And they aren't conversations at all. They're exchanges. Okay? They're exchanges of sensory experiences that you are sending out and then receiving in return a response. But you're still kind of going about the rhythm without real time to process what are all these exchanges. Because we got to take what is this massive... Imagine if you found a well, but instead of water in it, it was full of like secret artifacts, and you found it. And it's in your backyard, Like, why wouldn't we want to explore this? There's no ego involved in these exchanges. So when the conscious mind starts the wheels turn, it's like, oh, wait, what? There's like these secret exchanges that are like artifacts and treasures inside me, and I'm not taking the time to go through it. What? There's no ego at this level. And it's an exchange. Conscious mind is going through the day-to-day. It needs to slow down. You need to... There's a lot of different layers of interaction going on here. I want to say... I'm just going to pause for a minute. I'm not going to say anything. I'm just going to continue with the exchange. Because that in and of itself is reaching the parts of you that need to become aware of this. And through that awareness, which is shifting your subconscious selves, will influence you to take the steps that you need to take in order to follow through on this in the way that you need to follow through on this. It's like 3 different storylines happening at all the exact same time. One of the storylines is you need Periwinkle to nurture you. The other storyline is day-to-day life, all the while secret exchanges. Like these stories are all happening together. Life isn't just one moment that we just get to work through. It's like we get bombarded with this lineup of, I have all this crap going on over here, all the while I gotta do this, and this, and how am I supposed to do it all? And I just want to sit down and watch TV, and I want to be on all these different storylines. That's why you're in all these different storylines. And then how do you bring all of them to balance? How do you simplify it all down? How do you get to periwinkle level? How do you engage in this deeper stuff? And the message that I'm coming across now isn't necessarily about the outside world. It's about your inside world. But how you're working through your inside world is affecting your relationship with the outside world, which then is going to create the domino effect, which will inspire and influence the balancing of your throat-heart relationship. Because there's no cutthroat here. And we don't need to know what came first, the chicken or the egg. We just need things to be in harmony with one another. You in harmony with yourself. But it feels like I see a lineup of numbers. We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6. We have this lineup of numbers. What comes first? What if each number is a task? So we have number 1 comes first, right? No, I got to get to number 6 though today. So number 1's got to wait. Crap, I forgot about number 3. I got to go back. I got to do number 3 now. And so how are we working through life with all these things that you have to have a relationship with? 10 different things, let's say. Now we have 10 different storylines that you're weaving in and out of. All the while beneath the conscious mind and the human experience, you have deep exchanges. Again, working through the internal universe. Slowing this down from a lineup of 10 to just you working on you. And then whatever else for now, which is day-to-day life. I want you to know this isn't just the message. There's a lot beneath the surface of my words and my language here. Because I have to reach this exchange deeper at place, influence it to create a domino effect, to influence what is more at the surface of your life, shifting things to attract the experiences that need to be attracted to you in order to finalize this, what you are still working through here between heart and throat. I will say major improvements already in that relationship already. And we're just in an energy world in your session. Okay. There's an aggressiveness. And it kind of comes out from the right side. It only slightly steps out. And it stomps its foot really like with confidence but intensity. And it's pissed off. Okay, and when it hits the ground, this ripple of energy, and it's a black, just squiggly line, right? And it goes down into the earth, okay? It's diagonal, and it's this black and red. And this somebody comes out in black and red, and there's kind of an Asian vibe to it, okay? And it's like standing your ground, and you mean it. And you're blocking what is like, you're not going to take no crap from nobody. That's what it's like. And you're standing your ground and you're owning it. And this outfit, which is kind of a warrior outfit, is blocking that energy. And you are pushing it back. You are sending it back because you're learning how to be strong in yourself. But it's like this learning how to be strong in yourself is so interesting because it's located in your feet, in your stance, and you're sending energy into the ground, like really powerful vibrations of energy into the ground, and you become even more strong on your feet and more strong in your stance. Hold on. I will say we are shifting from what I was running into is human thinner layers. I mean, it just feels like thinner layers, like as thick as an eggshell, like very thin layers at the superficial level, at the human level. And we are going beneath the surface. And as we go deeper beneath the surface and we find out what's here, is starting to create more depth to the surface layers, which have no boundaries, okay? So you're starting to integrate the depth with the surface, okay? So you just can be an expression of who you are and the depths of who you are with an intuitive knowing of what is within and around your identity. You no longer need periwinkle at this point, although periwinkle is still here. Because as you integrate into yourself, then you don't need the extra support. Because the clothing, the fresh dryer sheets, it's like the medicine. It's like someone is the medicine for you to nurture and come back into strength in yourself. And once you come into strength with yourself, you have yourself. You have your incredible balance. Now you can be balanced with periwinkle, with gratitude, simply. Gratitude, and if periwinkle wants to do some stuff for you, cool. I'm grateful for it, right? But it's not like you need that medicine, because you are all the medicine that you need. You are all the medicine you need. So already through your session, we've gone through so much. I'm impressed here. I don't even know if the language is helping you to realize how much we've accomplished, because we're integrating the exchanges from deep down. We're removing the surface and integrating the depth. We're bringing us all into balance so you can come into peace and harmony with yourself. Now you don't need this weird relationship between your throat and your heart. And this vibrational shift is going to attract the changes that you're ready for in your life, okay? Because I still feel like this here is related to what you could say is the past. So we don't need the attachment to the pain, because the pain is part of the past. And the pain is not a part of you. And you need to identify that it isn't your pain anymore. Never was your pain. And we just let that go now. Because we're getting caught up with now. Now where am I at? Because now does not have to include the pain of the past, okay? Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. You're getting caught up. There's still squiggly lines, basically. Squiggly lines are, they're not on board fully yet, okay? We're making, I feel like the depth and the well-rounded whole sound, vibration, and it's wonderful. And then there's this like little squiggle, like, what are you doing in my well-rounded sound, squiggle? We need to work on this. Okay. Still feel it in the heart, more so than the throat. It's bitter. It's just bitter. It wants to be bitter right now. Let's really feel this one, okay? I want to pinpoint a certain taste to the bitterness, but I can't put my finger on it right now. We're just really going to feel bitter right now. We're really merging with the squiggle line, and we're just going to feel bitter. Bitter about how it went, or how you felt, or how you were treated, or bitter about what wasn't fair, or it shouldn't have ended like that, or the choices that were made along the way because of this happening, the domino effect that I went through, right? So there's this bitterness, and it's part of you not accepting the domino effect of life exchanges and twists and turns in your story. You don't like some parts of your story, of your life. Just let's just stick with it for a minute. Okay, this is true for this bitter part, is really mad at God, okay? Which is kind of like mad at your higher self, which then would be like mad at yourself, but it's the part of you that has the power to change things. That's how you're looking at it, okay? But let's just call this mad at God, okay? Quickly calming down. It's more controlled, okay? You're really deciphering what it all means to you, your bitterness, your life story, the things that you don't like that have happened in your life, or choices you've made, or things people have done to you, right? I gotta work through this bitter stuff because this is changing its shape. It's not so explosive, but it is still wanting to be firm in its decision to be bitter and entitled. It's entitled to be bitter. Pretty sure, pretty confident that it has a right to be bitter, okay? Really confident. Have you, I'm just curious at everybody, like, have you ever had a moment in life where you were very confident that you have a right to be bitter about this? And I will not be bitter about this, because this gives me every right to be bitter. And I'm not changing. I am not. Okay? That's what this is. It's very firm. Which, something this firm, it could take life experiences. It could take time. It could take years in order to look back and understand why things happened the way that they did in order to mold and shape you. I swear there's some phases in life where it's like you're moving through life, but it's like the intermission of awareness as to why it's like this. Only in years in the future will it make sense, and during it you're just working through whatever instinctive emotion and rights and wrongs that you perceive. And it's like this bitterness needs time to really unravel, and the mystery behind why it happened like this, why things were like this, in order for it to just not need to be bitter anymore. It's not even worth it. Don't hold on to it. Not even worth it, because you can live your life now. Otherwise, you're living your life with an attachment to something like this. You don't need to include this in your life now. You're relaxing. Still bitter, but more dense than bitter. Still haven't fully let go, but you're getting there. This is the squiggle in your heart. It's smoothing out. All right. Feeling it more in your throat now. Okay. The next phase of this healing process is it's hard on the lungs. I feel like there's a big body sitting on my chest. It's hard to breathe. And they call it a white elephant sitting on your chest. Isn't that the expression, if there's a white elephant in the room, it's there's a topic of conversation that needs to be discussed and everybody is avoiding it. And the elephant is obvious and the discussion or the topic is obvious, but nobody ever goes there. It's always kind of avoided or ignored. So it just remains this big, I think, just elephant in the room. But they show me white elephant. And you don't want to talk about it. So when you don't, and you want to talk about it and you resist it, it gets heavier on the lungs and makes it even harder to talk about. Because you're adapting to the choice to not talk about it. So that becomes your comfort zone, is you don't want to talk about it. You don't have to talk about it. And fine, if I feel uncomfortable, as the years go by and it still needs to be talked about, I'm just going to continue to avoid it, not talk about it. And fine, if it still makes me uncomfortable, I don't have to talk about it. I want to ask you a question. Think about your life, okay? Think about this person. Now think about this person. I'll think about this person, okay? Because I guarantee there are people that you know. Now, what is something that you would never talk to this person about? Because you just wouldn't. Or maybe there is a feeling like, I really would love to get this off my chest. I don't even know if it's appropriate or if it even matters. I don't even know if it's going to help things or make things worse. And so I just accept that burden. However, giving yourself a little bit of homework to think about these things is identifying your relationships and some of the blocks that exist in those relationships based on what you want to say, are afraid to say, for whatever reason, right? That is sitting on your chest. That's sitting on your lungs. So it does have a relationship with your heart and your throat. And this is, again, bringing this more into the human world, but I don't feel the thinner layers. I feel like things are integrating into the depths and the deeper exchanges between what could be deeper layers of your identity, interdimensional aspects of your soul, communicating with other incarnate beings or spirits, angels, etc. in the universe, integrating that back into your human life, all the while going to the day-to-day routine as you slowly but surely integrate into new awareness and attract new things into your life through all of this going on. It's feeling more whole and more balanced. You're more interdimensionally balanced. It's the only way I could put it. But this is also assisting you in really taking a look at people. Okay, this is an exercise, okay? All right. Pick somebody that you find yourself thinking about 2 or 3 or 4 times a day. And we're trying to heal stuff, right? It's good to have time to daydream about positive things too, okay? Very important, because oftentimes we're focusing on the negative things and wanting those to go away, but we forget to daydream about positive things. So that's important too. And we're going to just start with something that is a discomfort. Like, pay attention to where your mind circulates throughout the day. And if you find yourself suddenly like, whoa, I've just been complaining with so-and-so in my head, about that thing again. And I just can't stop. I just won't stop doing that. Okay. So this is, use this one. This, you're going to find one of these in there, guarantee you. And now an exercise where you are in a visual space, okay? You just close your eyes and you're going to play pretend. And there's that person now standing in front of you. And you're going to actually follow through with saying the things that you need to say to this person. Even if it's not in the physical, it is going to help heal your inner world. And you have to decide, or you ask your angels for help. I feel strongly like I need to have this conversation. Can you create a scenario where this conversation starts to come to the surface and we can start talking about it? Your angels will make that happen for sure, okay? Or maybe it's something where I don't know that I need to have this conversation in the physical, but I know I need it for myself. And so I'm going to just do this for myself as a gift to me, in order to just kind of get this stuff off my chest somehow. So what you do is you take a person that has rubbed you the wrong way, okay? That you have angry memories that you still think about from time to time. And now you see this person when you close your eyes, and you don't have to see them exactly. You just feel their presence when you close their eyes, standing there in front of you. And now experience yourself. Just tell them whatever you need to tell them. And tell it to their face, okay? You just blabber it all out, everything you ever wanted to say. Just get it all out, okay? And even if it gets really angry in there, it's just, if you need to throw stuff, throw stuff. If you need to punch in the face, somebody, then punch them. Like, because you got to get this out of your system, okay? So you just have to be honest without judgment here of your emotional reactions, okay? In this safe space. So just get it out of your system. And then cry if you need to cry. You'll get to a point where it gets kind of silent inside of you. And just see if you were to give that person their real personality, right? If they have anything to say to you in return, or if you see anything in their expression change in the way that you feel their dynamic standing here, is listening, now is crying, or now is saying they're sorry, or now is saying, I know I hurt you, or or saying, wow, I wish you would have said something sooner, or whatever. Pay attention, because that exchange can be quite informative and helpful on your heart too. And you'll start to feel that weight releasing, because it's just stuff you need to resolve in your inner universe, okay? Sometimes we can have these conversations. Sometimes we want to and never will, okay? And sometimes people come and go and we never got to say it, and it was for whatever reason. A lot of times we avoid these conversations. But this is one way to start to support the release of this pent-up stuff, okay? Really good for healing your throat and your heart. I want to emphasize this fantasizing, or you can do the opposing side. Like, you can have a pretend person that you would label as, this is my best friend, okay? And this could be a real person or a pretend best friend, all right? And they're standing in there, and you're going to confess to them things that you would never tell anybody. You could only ever tell yourself. And you're going to confess to them all these things, and you're going to feel supported. I start to see Periwinkle appearing here as this friend that you can confess everything to. And is still folding your clothes and making things smell like like dryer sheets, like warm, fresh out of the dryer. It's very nice. And you start to cry, and you say to Periwinkle, why am I still dealing with this? Or why is life like this? Or And it's just there's no real answer. It's just like an open-ended question. Like it's just something of the energy that translates into that, okay? So it's just coming out. And there doesn't need to be an answer. I just experience Periwinkle hugs you and holds your hand and is gesturing that I'm here to help you. I'm here with you, whatever you need. Let me help you. And really supportive of nurturing, like is a medicine for your inner universe, nurturing you emotionally, mentally, nurturing different chakras that need the extra support and through this digestion of life on the inside, okay? So the external life and how we digest it on the inside is here to support that. Now we're asking Periwinkle if there's something positive that you could fantasize, you know, pretend, and Periwinkle shows you walking on the beach, and it's like Hawaii here. I mean, I don't know what it is, but I smell tropical flowers, and I experience something very laid back and very earthy, like a tropical earth that is, I mean, it makes me think of Hawaii. And it's just you with yourself. And Periwinkle asks if you like the time that you're spending with yourself. And Periwinkle asks if there's ever going to come a time where you would like, you know, to walk on the beach with someone by your side. And do you feel safe daydreaming or fantasizing about that? And to explore that, because already I feel that this is creating a movement on your heart. Again, pressure is moving on your heart as you're opening your heart up to love, okay? Because we're working on letting go of the attachment to pain. So part of that is allowing love to be part of the experience and to develop a relationship with love in a way that is nurturing for you. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There's a lot of wisdom in there. A lot of energy healing. All right. I hope you have a very wonderful day, and thank you for sharing again with others. And for those watching, thank you for watching from beginning to end. Thank you for all your kind comments and support of my clients. Have a great day, everybody.